Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the FV304, or otherwise known as Bert the Avenger. It's a Tier 6 British SPG located on the southeast spawn of Fjords. It's under the command of Beowulf 19K30. Now, I did promise this replay a while back, and I think you are probably going to enjoy it. It's a 2 replay video. Game on. Okay, this is the fastest SPG in the game, capable of a top speed of 72.4 kilometers an hour. It's got a 4.5 inch howitzer capable of 450 alpha. Oh, just got a nice friendly tap in the rear. And its reload speed is actually quite fast. By the book, it's 12.34, but you can see here he's actually got 10.73, and I think he's probably using... well, he is using premium consumables, but he's probably using a rammer and vents because this is a closed SPG. Okay, we've got a Striv M4FI4, but we can't hit him. Okay, this Arty. Oh, that's a pretty brutal end for that T52. This Arty is, or used to be, the terror of enemies because you could just track a vehicle and just peck them to death. One by one. In fact, it used to be a lot thinner before client number 0.9.15.1, but it was a lot thinner and could be used as an ambush TD. Oh, his first hit takes a shot and takes 143 hit points out of that M3Y. Firing another round at the Yo tank, just misses him. Okay, we've got a Porlac tank a little way down, and there's a T29 there. He's going for the M3Y again. Or is it an M2Y? It's the M3Y. He got another hit. He's pecking them to death, bit by bit. Lined up, rounds out. Oh, another great hit on the T29 this time. Now, the FV304 is one of a series of different designs for a light tank. Another hit on the M3Y, and it included light tanks, tank destroyers, artillery. In fact, there was 3 different vehicles which were artillery. This one, the FV304, the FV305, and there was another one as well, the FV303. Another hit on the Porlac. The FV303 was actually intended to be a 20-pounder gun, whereas the FV304 was originally supposed to be a 25-pounder, and the FV305 was a 5.5 inch gun. But the model you actually see in the game is the FV305 actually, but it's got a 4.5 inch gun in it instead. Now, that gun was actually meant for the BT-42. Wargaming have been playing fast and loose with actual vehicles. He's just got a blind hit on the T29. Go for the Porlac tank again. Notice how he's able to lob these shells over the rock into the enemy. Another direct hit. The enemy are getting absolutely plastered by Beowulf. He's having no difficulty getting them. Okay, lining it up. Beautiful. Rounds out, and yep, another hit. Now, there is an enemy nearby, actually. I don't think he's seen it, but there's an SU. I think it's an SU-122-44. Very close to him at this moment, but he's happily pumping the shells out. I'm wondering... No, it's an SU-100, actually. You can see him on the mini-map. I'll bring the mini-map up a bit more so you can see what's going on. And that SU-100 is making his way towards the South Pass. But, yeah, it appears Beowulf is tunnel vision on the enemy vehicles in front of him, but he's getting hits on them. We're down by 5 tanks at the moment. This is really bad. Oh, claim 2 back. Rounds out in the M23Y, gets another hit. Switching to the T29. You notice how the reticule's it's obscured. That means the rock was in the way when he fired, but okay, he's adjusted his aim. That SU-122, there is an SU-122 there now, and he's got up right behind our teammates, and if Beowulf pulls back a little, he'll actually see there's an enemy tank just behind him, or just nearby. There he is. He spotted him now. Go for it. Rounds out. Oh, brilliant hit. Oh, he got a fire. And he's brewing. Not tea, but he's certainly brewing up. Yeah, oh my gum. Lovely shot. I anticipated he'd go forward there, but he didn't. The Porlak tank is hanging back because he doesn't want what's coming next. Yeah, the Su-122 took a big hit from the TNH, and the Porlak tank's gone through, but takes another hit from Beowulf, and the TNH rams him to death. Now, about the enemy tanks, another one's come through. It's a Jagdpanther, and he's trying to get the TNH. Okay, line him up. He can't get a shot at the moment. He's got a red line, so he's trying to get a bit closer. Oh, I didn't expect him to get this close. It looks like he's trying to go for a shotgun on the guy. Or is he trying to change position? Well, they've managed to claw back all that loss. Now it's 10 versus 10. I was about to say that they'd gone to 9 versus 10, but now it's 10 versus 10. And it looks to me like Beowulf's decided he's going to go for the enemy cap, because it looks like they've committed themselves. They've got the E25 up on the rock, a Hellcat at the east side of the rock. Oh no, the Hellcat's this side. Oh, and he's just got spotted, and he's taken around from the Hellcat, and that's the 90mm gun, but he fires one back for 189. The E25's coming in to protect us. Beowulf's trying to get into a firing position. Well, he's got two targets now, because there's an M4FI4 and there's that Hellcat, and he's leaving the Hellcat to the E25, and he's got him. So we're now going for the M4FI4. Direct hit, 25 hit points. Oh, no, it's a close shot, but it still damaged him. Now, can he get the kill? Line him up, almost reloaded. Beautiful, right in his rear. That was a fast-moving enema. Oh, VK3002D's come. So we're going to have to turn around and go back, because it looks like the enemy's repositioning. And now we've got the lead. It's we've got 5 tanks left. They've only got 3. Unfortunately, we just lost the E25 to that VK. But yeah, he takes a round right in the turret. You saw that round hit. And he goes out of the game to the TNH. You saw that round impact the turret of that the VK. He didn't stand a chance after that. Okay, so there's only 2 enemies left, the Su-130PM and an E25. The Su-130PM has got very thin armor. Oh, there he is! He's come back to defend his cap, and Beowulf fires a quick shotgun round at him, and is now pulling back to try and get into that position again where he can shoot at the Su-130 without being hit in return. Okay, lining up a shot. Let's have a look at the target. Poke your eyes out. Come on. Let's have a look. Oh, there he is. Rounds out. That's a kill. Yep, his artillery round went straight through the armor of that Su-130PM, and he's got himself another kill. So that's 2 kills now for Beowulf. Now's the time to start capping, because the only enemy left is an E25. He won't be round that way because the Comet and the AT-15 are coming in from that direction. So Beowulf's decided to turn round, face the south, because he's probably going to come around from this way, and the TNH is moving in to try and stop the guy from coming in, and the Comet's parked himself in front of us to protect us, because we haven't got much in the way of hit points left, and neither has he for that matter, but he knows that if he can protect the Arty can then take out the E25 when he gets close, and then the TNH can bag him. We're capping. 2 in the cap. The AT-15A is holding his position to stop the E-25 coming around the other way. We're almost there. 10 seconds to go. Three seconds to go. 2, 1. They've done it! Unbelievable! What a comeback for this team. Excellent play. Well, I have to say that was a brilliant game by Beowulf 19K30. Yeah, I mean, he was not only getting really accurate hits on the South Pass, stopping those enemies from pushing through, but he was absolutely punishing any of the enemy tanks they came across up near the enemy cap after he decided to push on and try and get to the enemy cap and start forcing them to back away. Taking out that shot on the SU-130PM, the M4FI4 as he was retreating one round right in his rear, and of course then getting that turret shot on the VK, which then allowed our teammate to take him out the TNH and claim that victory. And then to sit in the cap and stop the enemy E25 from getting back. I wonder if that E25 gave up, or maybe he was actually unable to come back because he'd actually flipped himself or was on his side and unable to move. That sometimes does happen with E25s. I've seen it happen myself. So, a lovely victory and an ace tanker game as well for Beowulf 19K30. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12 in this game, as well as Scores medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle, and a Confederate medal as well for getting more hits on the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. Let's have a look at the team score and we'll see where everyone is. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the TNH 105-1000 with 3,185 hit points. He got a high caliber and he got a steel wall in that one as well. He was one of the tanks that Beowulf was helping to block the enemy coming through the South Pass. The second highest damage in the game goes to Beowulf with 2,666, and the third highest damage was that M3Y on the enemy team. The other guy down at the South Pass, he got 1,995. When it came to kills, the winner was the TNH 105-1000. He got 5 kills, 1/3 of the enemy team. That VK3002D that Beowulf hit, who was on the turret, he actually got 3 kills in the game. And Beowulf came in joint third with 2 kills, along with the ISU-152K, the E25 on his own team, and 2 members of the enemy team, their M3Y and their CS52. When it came to base XP, it was the TNH again, so he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,417 went to him, but 978 went to Beowulf, so he was performing very, very well indeed to get the ace. 808 went to the ISU-152K. Beowulf fired 27 rounds in that game, got 19 direct hits on the enemy and 1 penetration. That's interesting. I didn't actually see which one he penetrated, but I suspect... Oh, well, yes, I think I did see it. And I think it was the M4FI4. Yes, the armor on the M4FI4 is so thin that the 4.5-inch shell went straight through his rear. And yes, he didn't like that at all. Okay, let's have a look at the rest. He also got 23 splashes on the enemy and 2,666 hit points, of which 1,365 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see there's some fairly close-in action from the FV304. He also received 1 hit. That was from that Hellcat. He went around that corner. The Hellcat spotted him coming, was able to put a 90mm round into him, but he didn't finish him off. And that gave Beowulf the chance to get into a position where he was beneath that ridgeline on the beach and could shoot from defilade into the enemies that were near the cap. 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed. And he also got 57 capture points in the cap, not enough to get an invader. Yes, a bit short on that, but all the same, he did do very well. Let's have a look at the credits. 28,055 credits from the game after repair and ammunition resupply took away 33,833 credits. 978 XP, 5,868 for mission completion, and 7,335 experience points altogether. So a brilliant game in the FV304 by Beowulf. Let's have a look at the armor on this vehicle. Well, there's the armor profile, and yeah, I know it looks red, but it's very thin armor. Look at that. Impacted armor, 14mm. It's basically only there to stop bullets and shell fragments. It's not there to stop shells, big shells. They'll just go straight through. It is nicely angled on the top here, but that's only because that's where the engine is. And basically the whole thing is thin. Very, very thin indeed. So even an artillery round is going to go straight through this vehicle, and there's not much you can do to stop it. Even angling, I think, is not going to really work well unless you're very well angled and he hits the wrong spot and it bounces off. Most shells are just going to overmatch the armor and just go straight through. So armor wise, this is a bit of a non-event. There's no armor. It's just like the M4FI4. Anything that touches it will penetrate. Let's have a look at the module placement. Okay, there's the modules, and you can see the engine up front with the transmission right at the front of the vehicle. We've got the engine behind that, and the fuel tanks are either side. I think the filler ports are somewhere up on this top deck here. You can see the position of the gun right in the center, and of course it's in a pivot mount which actually can go through an arc of 31 degrees. It's got a pretty good arc actually for an Arty. 14 degrees one side, 17 degrees the other. The driver is actually in the casement in the rear, and you can see he's positioned here on the right hand side of the vehicle as you're looking at it, and sitting right behind him is an ammo rack. Yeah, so if you aim for that side of the vehicle where the little viewports are, yeah, you're going to take out either the driver or the ammo rack in that case. We've got a couple of loaders, and I think if you swivel the vehicle you can see where they're standing, not sitting. They're standing right behind the gun. The gunner is on the left hand side of the vehicle as you're looking at it, right next door to the gun again. Any shell that goes straight through is not just going to go through him, it'll probably go through the commander. The TC is standing again right behind the driver in this case, and to the left of him, as you can see, there's another ammo rack, as well as one next door to the driver, to the gunner rather, and the radios on top of that. So there's no ammo rack in the center of the vehicle as such. It's on the corners of this vehicle, but the armor's so weak that any shell fired through the front is more than likely going to go straight through the back as well and out the other side after knocking off the ammo rack. So a very weak vehicle armor wise, packed with things that you don't want to get hit, and consequently it is fairly vulnerable. If it does get struck, it's more than likely going to get very badly damaged, or you're going to lose a module at the very least. So that's the armor profile, the module profile rather, of the FV304. So that's the end of the first game, and I think you enjoyed that one, or at least I did, because I think Beowulf and that TNH 105-1000 were instrumental in winning that game for their team. Let's have a look at the second battle. The second battle is on the Eastbourne of Studzianki, and about to start. Game on. Well, the thing about this Arty is it does have a very short range. Maximum range is only 500 meters, so you have to get fairly close to the enemy if you're going to shoot at them. The original design request actually went through in 1943, so it was started during the war, but it was 1947 before this version was designed, and they started looking at prototypes. They did actually build a few prototypes of the FV series tanks, but they didn't make one of the FV304. Now it was actually planned to have a different engine, but they eventually put a meteor engine in. I think they meant to have a meteorite engine, which is a smaller version of the Rolls-Royce Meteor. Okay, he's trying to get that tank on the corner, but unfortunately the building's getting in the way, and you see if he pulls the aim back he gets a red line, and that's because the shelled path will go through the building, and that one hit the building. Okay, we've got an enemy tanks come up into the copse on the north side of the battlefield. So he's looking in that direction now. We've got a Skoda up there to spot for us. He's tier 6 in a tier 8 games, which means he's bottom tier, and that means plenty of potential to earn XP, because you know you earn 10% extra XP for every tank you hit which is one tier higher. So if you hit a tier 8 tank, you'll actually get 20% extra XP, and that can make a big difference. And I just saw the Tracer coming out of the woods in the back, and I think, yes, he saw it as well. And he's marking it for his teammates. Yep, there's an enemy Arty in grid square A1. Good spotting, he saw it as well. I think if you're an Arty player, you have eagle eyes. Oh, yes! He's got his first kill. Luckily, the Skoda got 2 rounds into him to flatten him, and then Beowulf's round came in and just blasted him out of the game. He's not going to be a happy bunny. Now, the good thing about this, Arty, is you can fire from behind rocks because the gun can elevate quite nicely to get shots on them. It's got a gun elevation of 45 degrees, gun depression as well of only 1.5 degrees, but then the gun is mounted on the engine deck, so, or just over the engine deck, so it's a bit difficult. But now he's got shots on this Porlac tank and he's dialing in as quickly as he can. Rounds out. Nope, didn't get that one, but he's going for the Striv S1, and now he's got the Lorraine and he's got the Porlac. So I think the Lorraine will be the easier one. It's got thin armor. Rounds out. Direct hit. Oh, he didn't like that. In fact, it looks like it hit the gun mantlet, actually, because he's got a hole near the gun mantlet. No, that's a AP round. Rounds out in the Porlac. Oh, kill. So that's his second kill of the game. He's having a good one, this one. Okay, Striv S1. We can fire through the damaged building. And he does. And hits the vehicle, tracks him. He's not a happy bunny as well. He just got hit on the front, and I think he's come out of siege. Rounds out. Another hit. 187. Now that probably damaged or may have taken out one of the crew members of that vehicle. But he doesn't like being in that position now because, yeah, Beowulf's smacking these shells into him. You can see the holes that actually are appearing on his armor. He's getting well trolled by this 4.5 inch. Round out. And another one. He's getting pecked to death. They really don't like it. Get ready. Yep, another hit. 174. He's really punishing this Striv, who's got virtually no armor. And now we're going to go for an SU-100, who's very low on hit points. Now, he's aiming back, but he isn't dialed in. So he's waiting until he's fully dialed in, and then hopefully somebody will spot it. No, he didn't get the spot. Okay, he's gone back to the Striv to try and get a kill shot. Come on, you can do it. Rounds out. Here we go. Yes! Another kill for Beowulf. This is a good game. And suddenly the SU-100 has come into sight. So he's now dialing in on the side of that vehicle. And he's out of the game before we can get a shot in. There is still a Lorraine 40-ton nearby. He's trying to get to a position where he can actually shoot at that Lorraine. But there's an Achilles over on the far west side of the map. And he doesn't really want to get taken out by that guy. Remember, there's an Arty up there as well. So he's looking around for a target he can shoot at. He doesn't... If he goes down the other side, he would actually get spotted, possibly by the Achilles. The Scorpion G's moving up. Well, he's decided to do it, which is very brave, because the enemy might see him. Remember, no armor on this vehicle, really, so to speak. And, ooh... something came in his direction. He has been spotted. He's going for the kill on the Lorraine. If he penetrates this guy, he could take him out. Oh! Well, he did hit him, but after he died already, and so he didn't get that kill. Going for his 4th kill. And, ooh, no, that wasn't good. The M4FI4 and the enemy team just took out our Scorpion, and we were spotted, which means the M4FI4 is probably going to fire in this direction because he's fully dialed in on this spot already. So Beowulf's decided he needs to get a bit of distance between him and that Scorpion. Change position. There's the M4FI4. He's been spotted. Okay, he's now dialing in on the target. There's the M4FI4. Oh! Well, he didn't last very long. There's the Achilles that I mentioned earlier. Now, this guy's got thin armor because basically he's an M10 with a 17-pounder gun. Try to get a hit. He's going for it again. The Achilles is coming this way. This is where it'll really help if he's the fastest Arty in the game. Needs to get into cover after this. Nice hit. 128. Our teammates are coming into the rescue. He's one of only 2 left alive in the game. It's the Achilles and the S51. We're trying to dial in. Yes! 4th kill. A penetrating shot through the side of the Achilles. And they've killed the S51. So this is another victory for Beowulf. Some people say they like my commentary on these games because I get so wound up, so enthusiastic about it. And how can you not be when you're seeing really great play in front of you and you're egging your team on to win? Fantastic game by Beowulf. He got an ace tanker out of that one. Yet again, he's getting incredibly accurate. And he says, I'm surgical with this, Arty. Yep, he certainly is. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He did get 4. Would have got 5, I think, if he'd actually got that SU-100 as well. But what a game it was. Let's have a look at team score. Well, didn't get the highest damage in the game. Actually, that went to the Scorpion on our team, who got taken out by the M4FI4. He got 2,897. The second highest damage went to the Batchat Barask, who got 2,698. And the third highest damage in the game went to that Striv S1, the one that he kept pummeling and then eventually took out. He got 1,887. So he was right to target that guy because he was actually extracting huge amounts of damage out of our teammates. When it came to kills, it was the Barask who did the best with 5 kills. 4 kills went to Beowulf, and then 3 kills went to the Achilles on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it's the Barask who did the best with 1,102. The Scorpion got 817, and then we got Beowulf in third place with 780. He fired 18 rounds in that game, got 11 direct hits on the enemy and 1 penetration. I'm pretty sure I know which one he penetrated. It's the Achilles. Yeah, it was. It went straight through the side armor of that vehicle and blew him to pieces to claim his 4th kill. He also got 12 splashes on the enemy, 1,630 hit points of damage, of which 181 were up more than 300 meters. He damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 4, and earned 20,375 credits from the game after ammunition resupply, 26,063 credits. 780 XP, 4,680 from personal missions payout, and took away 5,850 experience points altogether. Beowulf is getting very deadly in the FV304. It takes a lot of skill to play this Arty well, mainly because it's so small, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage, and you have to get so close to the enemy they can almost see you. But if you play it well, like Beowulf has twice so far in this video, then I think you understand that it could terrorize the enemy. It used to be the case that the former Bert, the Slim Bert, used to go around like a TD, taking out enemy heavies by sitting right next door to them and blasting into their sides. It takes a lot more skill to play the Fat Bert and do it well. So well done to Beowulf. Fantastic. Thanks very much for sending us 2 ace tanker replays. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.